Zeus's wives. Everyone knows Hera. Jealous, ruthless, queen of Olympus, the lawful wife of the Thunderer. But before her, there were 6 other wives, and each of them gave the ancient world, and Zeus himself, divine children who changed the course of history. Metis, the first wife of Zeus, was smarter than he was, and that terrified him. Metis was the goddess of wisdom. She was not just clever, she even had the gift of foresight. And one day, an oracle told Zeus something that made the blood freeze in the veins of the king of Olympus. The son born from Metis will overthrow you, just as you cast your father Cronus into oblivion. Sounds familiar? Zeus had overthrown Cronus. Cronus had overthrown Uranus. History was supposed to repeat itself. This was the curse of fathers. But Zeus had no desire to become the next father to be betrayed. So what did the king of the gods do? He swallowed his wife Metis whole while she was pregnant. Literally, he took her and swallowed her. And then something unexpected happened. Metis did not die because she was an ancient goddess. She ended up inside Zeus's head and began forging armor for her future child right inside the skull of the cannibal father. A few months later, Zeus began to suffer hellish headaches. He screamed so loudly that the mountains shook. Hephaestus took his hammer and, by order of the king, split his skull open. And out came Athena, in full armor, with a spear, already grown, wise, and filled with righteous rage. The goddess of wisdom was born from Zeus's head because he could not destroy her mother. Metis got her way even after being imprisoned. Themis, the second wife, was the complete opposite of the madness of the first marriage. Themis, goddess of law. Zeus, having just survived a pregnancy inside his own head, decided, enough chaos. He needed order. So he married the embodiment of order. Themis was not just the lady with the scales on a courthouse wall. She was the goddess who knew what had been, what was, and what would be. She saw the very structure of the universe. From her, Zeus had the Hera, 3 goddesses of the seasons: spring, summer, autumn. Without them, the earth wouldn't know the turning of the year. And from his marriage to Themis, the Moirai were also born. They were born already old, holding the threads of fate. They ruled the destinies not only of mortals and heroes, but even of the gods themselves. Clotho spins the thread of your life. Lachesis measures its length. Atropos cuts it. No warning, no negotiation. And here is the astonishing part. Even Zeus could not change the decision of the Moirai. His lawful wife gave the Thunderer children who were stronger than he was. The king of the gods created powers that did not obey him. That is what it means to marry law. Eurynome. The third wife gave Zeus a short break from disaster. Eurynome, an Oceanid, goddess of pastures and flowing waters. From her came the Charites, 3 goddesses of beauty, joy, and grace: Aglaia, Euphrosyne, and Thalia. Without the Charites, Olympus would have been a barracks, a cold, brutal place where the gods only fight, plot, and devour each other. The Charites brought dancing to the feasts, laughter for no reason, the pleasure of simple moments. And the gods, by the way, needed that no less than humans, maybe even more. They had far too much eternity to spend it in gloom. Demeter. The fourth wife changed the world itself, literally. Demeter, goddess of harvest, grain, and fertility. From her, Zeus had a beautiful daughter, Persephone. And Persephone was given a hard fate. Hades, one of the three supreme brothers, the god of the underworld, fell in love with Persephone. Zeus allowed his brother to take her as a wife, as a gift and a way to strengthen political ties. But the kingdom of Hades was the dark underworld of dead souls and terrifying creatures that lived in Tartarus. Demeter was horrified by her daughter's fate. She was furious, and she simply went on strike. Nature froze. Plants stopped blooming. Animals and people began to die of hunger. The gods began to panic, because without humans, there would be no one left to bring sacrifices. A mother brought the entire world to its knees because of an unjust decision over her daughter's fate. To fix the situation, Zeus made a compromise. Persephone was returned. Well, partly returned. She had already eaten 6 pomegranate seeds in the underworld, and by law, she had to spend 6 months of the year with Hades. For the other half of the year, Persephone returns to the world of the living, and her mother, Demeter, blooms with joy, and with her, all plants and animals bloom again. That is how autumn and winter appeared. Every year, when Demeter loses her daughter again, nature freezes with her. Mnemosyne. The fifth wife brought the strangest union in all mythology. Zeus spent 9 nights in a row with Mnemosyne. Mnemosyne was the goddess of memory, the whole history of the world, everything that had ever been said and done, everything that had ever existed was kept inside her. 9 months later, the 9 Muses were born. Each one guarded a part of human experience. Calliope guarded epic poetry, Erato, love songs, Clio, history, Terpsichore, dance, Gorania, astronomy. Think about that for a second. Without the Muses, there is no Homer, no Iliad, no Odyssey, no Greek tragedy that became the foundation of European theatre, no songs, paintings, poems. All human culture became the child of memory and power. And so, in a burst of passion, Zeus accidentally created art. Leto. The 6th wife was a hunted sufferer. Leto, a quiet titaness of light. By the time Zeus met Leto, he was already promised to Hera. Hera cursed Leto so that she could not give birth on any piece of land that touched the earth. Using her authority among the gods, Hera ordered Eileithyia, the goddess of childbirth, not to come down from Olympus for Leto's labor on any piece of land. Leto wandered the world, pregnant, searching for a place where she could stop. She was driven away from everywhere. No one wanted to anger Hera. At last, a tiny floating island appeared, Delos, or more precisely, Zeus, feeling responsible, asked his brother Poseidon to create the island of Delos in the middle of the sea. And so it happened. Delos did not touch the seabed. Technically, it was not land. Leto came down from Olympus and delivered the children. On that island, Leto gave birth to the two most beautiful twins. First came Artemis, goddess of the hunt and the moon. She was born and immediately began helping her mother deliver her brother. A newborn goddess became the midwife at her own brother's birth. Second came Apollo, god of the sun, music, poetry, prophecy, medicine, art. One of the most powerful gods of Olympus was born on a floating stone in the open sea because his mother could not find a single place on earth where anyone would let her stop. Hera tried to destroy Apollo before he was even born. Instead, she hardened his mother into steel, and the divine twins later took their rightful places on Olympus beside their father, and to this day, they are not exactly fond of Hera. Hera, and now comes the seventh wife, the lawful one, the queen, Hera, goddess of marriage, family, and fidelity. Though you would never guess it from her husband. Her husband cheated on her constantly, with titanesses, with mortal women, with nymphs, with anything that moved. But let's be honest, Hera was not just some jealous wife from a TV drama. She was the first to ask the question, what does fidelity even mean? What is marriage if one side can do whatever it wants, while the other is supposed to endure it? Hera took revenge, brutally, unfairly, often not on her husband, but on his lovers and illegitimate children. Heracles, the son of Zeus, and the mortal woman Alcmene? Hera tried to kill him from the first days of his life. She sent snakes into his cradle. Later, she drove him mad. And again, she put obstacles in his path. And yet, it was through the suffering Hera brought upon him that Heracles became the greatest hero of Greece. Hera created Heracles without even understanding it, and gave the world a great hero. That is the paradox of Hera, the goddess of marriage in an unhappy marriage, the goddess of family whose family was torn apart by betrayal, the goddess of fidelity beside a husband for whom fidelity meant nothing. And yet she remained a faithful wife, and she still believed in the ideal of marriage. Final 7 women. One gave the gods wisdom from her own captivity. The second gave law and fate, which even Zeus could not resist. The third gave joy, without which eternity would be unbearable. The fourth gave the seasons, at the price of her own grief. The fifth gave all art and human memory. The sixth gave the sun and the moon, born in exile. The seventh gave the very idea that marriage was sacred. Zeus was the king of the gods, but the world we live in was made by them, the 7 wives. If you want to know which child of Zeus changed human history the most, the next video is already waiting for you.